Just as Excel can extend a series, it can also extend a formula. Watch. Suppose I'd like to see what happens if I have $5 and then double it repeatedly. $5 doubled is 10, $10 doubled is 20, and so on. One simple way to do it is this. Start with $5. In the next cell, put in a formula that takes that and doubles it. Here's what I had before, times 2. In the next cell, same again. What I had in the previous cell, times 2. This is simple, but it's tedious, and it's unnecessary. Look, this formula is D4 times 2. This one is just the same, but it's D5 times 2. This one will be just the same, but it will be D6 times 2. Rather than typing it, I can simply grab the fill handle and drag down. Excel is just smart enough to know that if I drag down, it should change the row number from 5 as I drag down to the next row number, which is 6. In this way, I can go as long as I like without ever having to type any more formulas. There are a couple of tricks though. Look, one way I can make this calculation here a little bit more general is instead of putting 2 in the formula, I can put the 2 in a different place. For example, let me put the 2 here. Now I'd like this formula here to use this number 2. So instead of using the number 2 in the formula, I say get the number to multiply by from cell E4. This says take $5, what's stored in D4, and multiply it by 2. So far so good. But if I click on this formula and drag it down, I get a crazy answer. What happened? Look, this formula says take the previous number, the one in D4, and multiply it by E4. When I drag this down, Excel, noticing that I go one row down, changes D4 to D5 and E4 to E5. But that's not what I wanted. I'd like E4 to stay the same. The way to tell Excel not to change row or column numbers when I change by dragging is to mark them with $signs. To say E4 should not change, always use the 2 in E4. I need to put a $sign before E and a $sign before 4. I can do that just by typing, but there's a nice trick that we'll be using all the time. Get the cursor just after the cell that you'd like not to change, and then hit the F4 key. When we hit F4, the $signs get put in automatically. Notice now that we have a formula here that says use D4, use E4, and if you drag, don't change the E4. Now when I drag, the formulas are just as I'd like. Going from here to the next row, the D4 changes to D5. Going from here to the next one, the D5 changes to D6. But notice that the E4 remains the same all the way through. The value of this is now, instead of doubling each time, I can triple each time just by changing one number. 5 times 3 is 15, times 3 is 45. This idea of using $signs to tell Excel not to change when we drag is called absolute addressing.